Hey everyone, September 20th, I thought I'd do a quick update on the garden because I haven't done it in a long time. We lost we lost all our tomatoes from the first 35 inches of rain we had in 40 days. And it just downed it completely out. And we lost the majority of our peppers also. And I planted green beans twice and they never came up. So I wanted to get a summer and autumn crop going. And what I did is I had a Tyler Texas compost tested at mysoil.com, and they made some recommendations, and I purchased the materials that they recommended. It's all organic. And what I did is I added that to my old 4 by 16 raised beds, my 18 inch by 16 bed, and with the Tyler compost, and let it sit for a while, and then planted them. And here are the results thus far. These are nothing but contender green beans, and you can see, put my hand in comparison in there. These have got to be the most lush green beans I have ever grown since moving down here. The plants are huge. They're well fed because of the mysoil.com's fertilizer recommendations, and I only used about a third of the fertilizer recommendations that they recommended, so I cut it back so it would last longer because it's expensive. But you can see it's having a great effect on the green beans. They're all starting to bud now, and I don't think I've seen them that tall or that thick before. And then I have squash over here, acorn squash. I have never seen acorn squash plants this big, this huge before in my life. I don't know if you can completely make it out, but they've got to be, what, 3.5 feet tall, and really healthy. I do have some caterpillar worm things going on here, and I will take care of them tonight. And I don't know if you can tell it from right here, but see that little bugger down in there? So I just been squeezing them. Oh, I just actually got that right in the face. Caterpillar juice in the face, but I don't really care. And you can see that it is starting to develop lots of squash. You can see they're all over in here. I just watered it, that's why they look damp. But I've never seen them this big before. And these are my late watermelons. Everybody in town told me I was crazy. I planted these just a few weeks ago, about 4 weeks ago, and look how big they are already. And I've got at least 6 watermelons growing in them. And that's just so we had some late season watermelons, because I do have another patch of watermelons right over there, and they're approaching the end of their lifetime. They've been giving us watermelon all year. I must have given away 50 or 60 watermelons to my neighbors. It's a good way to make friends, and every time I pull in the driveway and I beat my horn, they come out running. They really love my watermelon. So that's something in this part of the garden. This is the new garden. You can see I put both of my brassica beds to bed, you might say. Several months ago when they were done, I gave them a couple more inches of compost and covered them with this landscape material to keep the weeds down. I watered them really good, let them in the sun for a while, so if there were any weed seeds in there, they started to germinate, and I covered them. That'll kill the weed seed bank down in both these beds. I started to plant carrots in this bed here. This is going to be all my autumn brassicas. I'm going to leave the first one, I'm going to leave it just like it is until spring, and I'll put my spring brassicas in there. But we lost, like I said in the previous video, we lost all our tomatoes and peppers. So I need tomatoes this year, so I bought these 10-gallon grow bags. I bought 40 of them. I got 2 types of tomatoes. One's a paste tomato. That's this row. And this row is going to be all slices. They're hybrids. They're not heirloom. Again, that's the Tyler compost in it, and the mysoil.com fertilizer recommendations are in the baskets. And they're doing really well. I mean, you can see they're starting to bud up. I don't know how many tomatoes I'm going to get this year, but I got 40 plants. I'm hoping I get at least 40 quarts or more. But last year I got half a dozen out of just the 6 or 7 plants that I planted. So I would think we'd get some this year. And this is my watermelon patch. You can see these are the smaller watermelons, those solid green ones you see there. And they're pretty much done. The crimson yellow and crimson red, they're getting close to being done. And we still got a lot of watermelon in there. I mean, some of them, like see that one, that big one right there, that one's ready to pick. And that big long one there, I don't know what's up with it, why it's so long as compared to the other ones, but maybe that's a red crimson, I'm not sure. But these here, that one needs to come out. I don't know if you can see it right here. That one needs to come out. It's got some blossom in it, and I didn't water it enough. But these other watermelons are getting really close. Got new ones coming out from the vines. Got some new ones out here. Yeah, you can see they came all the way across. That's like 12 or 14 feet, and started encroaching on my tomatoes. And I just had to snip them off so they wouldn't go any further. But you can see we still got a lot of watermelon out there. Another monster right there. This is the only pepper plant that survived. And you can see I just throw peppers. I got so many peppers, I just throw them on the ground now. But these things just still putting on peppers, and I'm not going to take it up or pick it up or tear it out until fall probably. See maybe if I can save it a little bit. But I got another monster watermelon. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, great big one. Got some more monsters out there. Another monster over there. And you can see I'm using drip water system for everything. So, and the streams, these are all determinate, so I'm not going to prune them or anything, just let them do their thing. I am going to weave them, do the, I don't know what you call it, the Boston weave, but I'm going to weave these plants up so they don't fall over. I did some carrots. The carrots didn't turn out very well. I mean, you can see that I got some that are coming up. And I think it's mainly because this compost, if you look at this compost, it has a lot of big chunks in it. But it grows well. I've done plenty of crops in this stuff, and it really does grow quite well. But I think the seeds are just not getting pushed up. So this time I planted 2 more rows of carrots, and this time I made a small groove, and I mixed 2 tablespoons of soil starter mix, took out the chunks, and 1 tablespoon of perlite, mixed that together. Then I threw in a great big pinch of carrot seeds, mixed that all together, and I just sprinkled it all the way down that channel. Then I mist-sprayed it with my sprayer, and I put the 2x4s over it and watered it out around on the outside. And we'll see what happens. I mean, those seeds should be able to push up through that seed starter mix and that perlite a lot better than any of this stuff's just too heavy for it, or it wasn't making good seed to soil contact for them to come up. But we'll see. Thanks for watching.